Hi everybody, hi every spirit, welcome very much to my YouTube channel. Esoteric Cloud Surfer here, ready to start an astrology and spirituality live stream. Today we'll be talking about Mars in Leo, going over all the houses from the 1st to the 12th. And before we start, I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings and emotions, and a whole bunch of individuality, creativity and responsibility as well. Let me just say in our Discord server that we are live. And we'll be moving on. We'll be talking about Mars in Leo going over. Okay, sometimes it happens I can't open Discord right now, so people on Discord will not know that we're live, but that's okay because they are subscribed to the YouTube channel. Okay guys, if you are watching right now, leave a like, subscribe, watch more videos on the channel. We have a lot of new content planned, you know what I'm saying? Because this is a channel about spirituality, it's not a channel about getting views, it's not a channel about being famous. It's a channel about improving myself, my perspectives, my awareness and my way to express them. Alright? Because we are here to change the world. We are not here to get validation. We're not here to be relatable. We are not here to cater to the masses. We are here to change the world by being our goddamn selves. And if there is better time to do that, it's right now with Mars in Leo, Venus getting into Leo, Sun in Gemini, sextiling, giving us an opportunity to stay light yet logical, to stay light yet on point with all our visions, passions, motivations, values and spirituality that we want to share, right? So remember that the best way to be is to be your goddamn self and only believe in yourself and all possibilities, or if you have a spiritual ship, believe in that as well. Any other thing, it's for the birds, and you believe that. Oh, but I believe that's true. I believe that fact, but you don't believe in anything. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because believing is being alive inside of something. And you, as a spirit, should only be living inside of your creations, your memories, your ideas, your feelings, your circumstances, right? So don't be alive in something or somebody else. Because most people in this world, they believe in another man's idea. Either it's religion, fear, an idea of how to live, how to achieve success, how to achieve security. But that doesn't work. You know why? Because they are not living, being alive in themselves. So in the end of the day, they might even get some money. They might even get some validation, some fame out of that by believing in somebody else. But in the end of the day, they always end up feeding, building and expanding somebody else's world, and they don't want that. You want to build your world associated with people that want to build their world in similar and complementary ways to your own way. Okay? That's where teamwork comes in. Okay? Because it's not everybody building a world, it's everybody building their own world and then bringing that together. So it's multiple worlds coming together, and that's why it's so powerful. That's why it generates so much energy. Alright, so today's live stream, it will be quick, right to the point. We'll be completing the Mars reading. We'll be talking about Mars through the houses. We'll be talking about today's energies and today's alignments as well. If you have any questions, put them in the chat, or just email me or contact me via Instagram. I'm open for readings as well, for personal consultations as well. And that's it. That's all. You can contact me via email and Instagram, everything in the description down below. And if you want to support me and my beautiful partner Daria, use the LinkTree and the Patreon so you can support us in a more direct way. So let's start with the 8 tarot card for today's day, today's energies. Today we have the Sun in Gemini, right? 8 degrees. Oh. So we are paying attention, acting and expressing in more mutable, adaptable, cold, detached and intelligent, smart, logical ways. The moon is in Virgo, going really soon. I know it's actually my geographical location already 1 degree Libra, but it's still in the cusp. It's still going from Virgo into Libra. So we are switching up our mood. We were reacting and responding to mutable and adaptable ways to be logical, practical, and sustainable with our feelings, emotions, and how we react to our physical circumstances, right? And now we are going to switch that into creating new feelings, new ideas, new thoughts, new values, and new relationships to worry, react, and respond about. And today is a beautiful moon day, so we are feeling that shift of the moon more internally, more personally, more close to your heart, and personal insecurities as well. And today's card is Sagittarius Temperance. So this is telling us to, or this is saying that everybody is on this path of showing, sharing, or seeing examples that relate with their belief systems, that relate with their faith and spirituality. And this might sound cool, yes, but think about it. If you have somebody in your family, in your group of friends, in your work, imagine this, they're always worrying about the price of stuff or the bills they gotta pay. Because that's alright, but if that's their main worry, that's what they believe in. They might even be religious, right? They might believe in science, but what they really believe in is that worrying or vision that life is hard and that they are not able to pay their bills and that they have always to struggle and suffer, or it might not just be that, it's like they choose to put that in front of other things, right? That's how you know what somebody really believes in. Because most people, they think they believe in something, they think they believe in God, they think they believe in that person, in that project, in that idea, but they end up believing in somebody, in something else, right? Because believing is very spiritual. It doesn't deal with facts. Sometimes deals with emotions more than it deals with facts. So if somebody says that they believe in something else, but they actually always reacting and responding to that worriness, to that scatteredness, that's what they want to see, relate with, or share with this temperance, right? Because we have the sun in Gemini and we had the moon in Virgo. So we were going through a mercurial learning process, learning how to feel more serious, more committed, and more comfortable about communicating, relating, and expressing our physical and logical perspectives about ourselves, the world, and how we interact with each other, right? But also, right now that the moon is going into Libra, it will it will trine the sun. So we will have a gift to create new thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions that can be expressed through the air trine that still are carrying some of those worries, limitations, and pressures from the moon in Virgo. That's why we have this transition today on this moon day, right? So most people can be very light. They might not be like really into the expression, or they might not seem worried about it, but they will be like showing their preoccupation, showing their limits and boundaries. And that's what they really believe in. They don't believe in their projects, in their business, in their art, in their creativity, in their visions. They believe in something else that is a limitation that somebody else brought into their lives, right? Because if they because they might not even talk a lot about it, but when they do, you can see that they are really like giving more energy, giving more frequency, giving more life to those things, okay? Or they might just straight up talk a lot about they might talk a lot about it in small portions. They might throw it up and there. You might bring a conversation that has nothing to deal with the prices, according to our example, right? But if they bring the conversation to that point, even to just throw something, that's what they're believing in right now. That's what they want to share, and they want to be seen as well, spiritually speaking, because they, in their mind, they might want to look pretty and simple or relatable or confident, but if they really believe in that, it will slip out. What you believe in always slips out, either you want it or not. That's why we as spirits, we can see evil people, or we can see mischief people, we can see jokers, because they believe in that. And once a spirit believes in a certain space, it creates things around it that have characteristics of the spirit and of the space. Like a child, a daughter, when you have a kid with somebody else, that kid shares trait of you, your partner, and themselves, right? It's the same thing spiritually. You go into a space, you fuck with that space. That's why that expression exists. Oh, I fuck with you. I don't fuck with. As in, not as in sexually, but as in being relatable, conversating, sharing ideas, sharing vibes, right? Because basically, we always fucking, we always having sex, right? When your spirit goes into a space, right, it starts interacting with that space and creating events, currents, feelings, ideas, whatever, right? So when somebody believes in something more than something else, their spirit will create shapes and forms, thoughts, ideas, feelings. Even some people, when they believe in a certain space for so long, their physical traits start to change. That's why there is that part of psychology that they try to assert personal traits out of facial expressions or certain facial traits. They say a nose in this way is a liar. A nose in that way is a person that it's more loyal and more honest. Because spiritually, your spirit spent more time in an honest space. So it created honest shapes and forms. And other another big number of spirits did the same. So when we are looking from the outside in, that's how spirituality works in this physical realm. You look from the outside in, but the real realm is you as a spirit looking from the inside out. But it's always happening, right? That exchange of realms, of perspective and dimensions. So we are spirits. We created that concept. We know that. So when we see a lot of people with the same physical traits sharing the same psychological traits, we know how to back that up spiritually, right? We know that's true because we created that concept spiritually, and even down to the physical realm, where people with same physical traits share same mental psychological traits. Because as the spirit, you created the mind. You first the awareness, the mind, the emotions, the body, and so on, right? So today, with the Temperance Sagittarius, everybody wants to either express their belief systems or receive something that relates with the belief system. So people, places, and things might not be super engaging, super expressive, because the moon was in Virgo, remember that, but it was sun and moon in Mercury. So everybody either communicating or they thinking about communicating, and they don't actually do it because they limit themselves, or they feel it, or they feel limited by the environment. But everybody was in that vibe, bro. We can't escape it. Stars don't lie. They don't need to, right? So with the switch up to Libra, Mercury into Virgo, we want to communicate in a logical way, Mercury, our values, what we like, what makes us feel good, or what makes us feel bad, or what impedes us from achieving those values or relations. Sagittarius, mutable fire, associating, sharing your visions, your pleasures, and your excitements. It makes a lot of sense, this tarot card, for today's energies, okay? So, one advice is, if you are on the expressive side, if you want to be talkative and reach out to more people, make sure you have your own ideas. Make sure that it's really important to you, whatever you're sharing. Make sure that you want to introduce a new way of thinking and communicating that comes from your own spirit, from your own visions, from your own experiences, right? Or if you are looking for something to receive or just look at from a distance, but that correlates to your spiritual desires, you have to understand that like the world is not, or the world is built out of it, the world, earth, but society or some parts of society are not built out of spiritual values. So you might have to do some magic, some mercury, some magician type shit, where you might see somebody being a bad example, but you know they coming from a certain spiritual space that relates with your spiritual purpose, right? They might be doing some bad things, but you understand the spiritual space. That's all matters, because in the spiritual realm there is not good or bad. And that's why in the Bible, Adam and Eve, once they took a bite out of what? The tree of bad and good, or the tree of good and evil, they were casted out of paradise by God. God, the spirit, their spirit, not one spirit commanding Adam and Eve, Adam with his own spirit, Eve with his own spirit. When they started to judge their spiritual experiences as good or bad, instead of it is what it is and what it matters is the space we're coming from, they sacrificed all possibilities, so they were kicked out of the garden. All possibilities by God, their spirit, because all possibilities is the spiritual realm where everything is possible. You just need to create it with the right intention, with the right angles, and the right teamworks and associations, okay? So also make sure, if you are on the expressive side and you want to relate your things, make sure you are not like creating a network of information about government, scarcity type stuff, because they already do it. You don't need to be a part of that as well. But most people, especially when Saturn was in Aquarius, they were gossiping a lot, like talk lightly or like it was normal about some scarcity type stuff, about some authority limiting individual expression, and they're just like, oh, it's normal. I don't really agree with it, but if I don't do it, something bad will happen to me. Bro, that's the point of spirituality, and I believe that not in what we call the shadow government. And for people that might not feel comfortable with that term, shadow government is the best term to describe, because it doesn't matter who is doing these things. What matters is the space where they are at, or the space they're coming from, and the space that they want to achieve doing those things. It doesn't matter if it is person A or person B. What matters is their intentions, and as a spirit you can see that, right? And we call it shadow government because they are coming from the darkness. You don't know who it is, right? You don't know who is really behind your government. You can't tell me one dude is taking all the decisions. Your president, like here in Portugal, we have the prime minister and we have the president of the republic. So by default, the decisions of the government are not made by one person. So you don't know who it is making those, like, and this is on the physical realm. This is not even spiritual, because these people in positions of power, they are just bigger slaves than you, right? They believe in something that is not themselves, or that is not created by them. They are in a system that is unknown to you, normal people, quote unquote, because you are not normal people. They want you to believe you are normal people, right? But they believe in a certain system. I don't know what it is. I don't want to know what it is. But for them to achieve certain positions, they have to go through certain positions that precede that position of prime minister or minister of this or minister of that. Otherwise, everybody else could do it. You could do it, I could do it, but I can't. Because I have to enter a political party, I have to be a good political member, and I have to please certain people, I have to be certain places at certain times, say certain things in certain ways, at certain places. And if I do it well, if I'm a good actor, they put me in better stages, better movies, because we're all actors, right? Where I'm doing things, I'm acting. These are my actions. If I slap somebody, if I hug somebody, that's my action. I'm acting out my spiritual natures, right? It actually deserves a good video. Hold on. Hi everybody, hi every spirit, welcome to the YouTube channel, and today we have a quick video talking about how we are all actors, right? And then on another video we go deep in this, because actors and actresses are used for certain intentions that might not be in the movie or clear to you as the viewer, but just for you to know there is the connection, okay? So if you think about it, when you do something, you are doing an action, you are acting, right? Just that words give it all, right? But what does that mean? It means that you are always acting in a role, in a character. You have your own character, you build characters. That's what really Masons are, character builders. And then they build bridges and they build stuff, because Mason, the origin of the term Mason means building with stone, or building with heavy, strong materials, or building strong things, right? Stable things. But they build character, so you are acting out, you are being a character of your spirit, of your spiritual desires, your spiritual natures, and your spiritual purposes. So you are always acting, right? You are an actor, right? And then certain people can achieve certain positions by acting in a certain way, but they are not acting their spirit, they are acting somebody else's mentality. That's why we have these celebrities, these presidents reaching certain positions that you could never reach, because they are acting, they are performing, they are being in a character that belongs to somebody else, and they are expanding or protecting or managing whatever somebody else's idea, somebody else's spiritual and mental empire, aka a big collection of mental and spiritual states, right? So make sure you act out of yourself, make sure you act on your own movie, on your own role, on your own character, and make sure that you select very wisely your co-casting and your audience as well. You know what I'm saying? Because you are always acting. If you slap somebody, if you hug somebody, if you scratch your back, that's an action. You are acting, right? So we're always actors. We are spiritual actors, and you should always be on your own role. But with the influences of the energies and alignments, people around you, spirits within you, certain desires can make you act out of role, out of character. And then you do some bad stuff, and what you say, oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't being myself. You're goddamn right. Because the best way to be is to be your goddamn self. And if not being your goddamn self, you're already out of the way. You're already out of the movie. You're already a second character or a tree in somebody else's movie's background. You know what I'm saying? And also, just to connect with that thing of the movie that I said in the first place, let's just say, by your actions are basically a ritual. You can bring down to physicality spiritual natures, feelings, emotions, thoughts, and ideas. So, because when I say we go really deep into that movie, and I'll show you examples in the future, right? But if you are because you are an actor, you don't write the movie, you don't direct the movie, you don't produce the movie, you just act, right? But the thing is, a person with certain alignments can act better certain characteristics than a person with other alignments, right? An Aquarius Sun person can act way better at the scientist role, or the inspector role, the detective role. A person with a Leo Sun can act more like as the caring father role. They can act more as the entertainer, or like the leader in a group that does some entertainment type stuff role, right? So if you are always acting your spiritual natures, these actors and actresses and celebrities and singers, they are not rappers, they're not musicians, because they don't write their own lyrics. They are acting out somebody else's spirituality and mentality. So they are bringing down unwitting. They don't know what they're doing. You better believe it. They are bringing down through their acting, right? Certain mentalities, mind states, right? That are chosen. That's why they are the chosen ones. They are chosen. They are put in a frame in a tarot card, a specific state. That's what the tarot card means. It's a specific state, right? They are bringing down. They are materializing spiritual states that belong to somebody else. And then not only that, they are acting out. They are being a son. They are being an example to a whole audience. And when the audience receives, either they hate it, they love it, either they relate with it, either they don't relate with it, they are adding in with their own role, with their own acting, with their own spiritual juices, right? And then you don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. These actresses and musicians and rappers and whatnot, they do things that you don't know about, like for real. You only know about 5% of their life. They talk with people that you will never know. They be in certain places that you don't even know it exists, physically and spiritually. And you know what? Most times they are in certain mental and spiritual states that they're not even aware of. But they are singing this song that somebody else wrote. What is music? Sound. What is sound? Frequency and vibration. What is our world? Or everything? Frequency and vibration. Right? So when you are singing a song, a specific arrangement of patterns of frequency and vibration, you are changing the world around you. But if you are singing somebody else's song, which has not your power, does not have your intention, does not have your view of the world, you are, instead of using your power for yourself, you're using your power for somebody else and you don't even know it. That's how we all act spiritually and physically. Okay, guys? So thank you very much for watching. Catch me live here on YouTube and I'll see you soon. Steady Cloud Surfer, surfing out. Real shit. Real shit, real shit. That in the chat saying facts. Did some good facts, girl. It is. It is. Alright. So wait. So Temperance was today's tarot card. So let's see how to achieve all possibilities in the best way possible using the Dragon Oracle card. Let's go. Sun in Gemini, Moon in Virgo, Moon Day in Virgo / Libra. What is the best day of today? Because every day is a specific battlefield. The only thing constant in the universe is change. Every day is a different battlefield. Today is similar to yesterday. Or today might be similar to a day 4 years ago. But it's not the same. It might look or feel the same, but it's not. Okay? So today, with the Sun in Gemini, Moon in Virgo / Libra, and it's a Moon Day, what is the best way to achieve all possibilities in the best, fastest, lightest way possible? Let's see. What is our spirits? What does our spirits know about this? Because our spirits, we are creating these spaces and these environments. Right? Oh, some scatteredness. Okay, so there is more than one general way. Okay, but we have the best way, or the general best way. Okay? So the general best way is also dealing with fire, also dealing with Sagittarius and Temperance, which is the magenta dragon. And if you think about it, this is magenta, it's not red or fire. It's a more deep, more intense, more serious, more meaningful fire, expression, vision, imagination, faith, belief, excitement, or desire. So first, via the Temperance Sagittarius tarot card, via using the esoteric sonar. What is a sonar? A boat sends a frequency and vibration. The frequency and vibration reflects on the bottom of the ocean, it comes back to it, and it forms a localization. It knows where to go, where not to go. You can do the same spiritually. You express yourself, your words, or just your vibe, your frequency and vibration, and then people, places, and things around you reflect that back to you, feedback, and then you formulate where to go, where not to go, who relates with my visions, who hates my visions, who believes in similar things I believe in, who doesn't, who tolerates and celebrates my creativity, who doesn't. That's the esoteric sonar, right? So first you do that today, you express or look for something that relates with your personal interests, faith, belief, and imagination, and then once you find that connection, once you find that example, you focus, you select, you filter the real important, real serious, real meaningful visions, feelings, expressions, motivation, desires, spiritual belief systems, and morality systems, and you should be alright. But this is really deep. You have to go really deep, all in with your visions, bro. Yourself, because the best way to be is to be your goddamn self. You better believe it. Right? Right? And let's read the card for you guys, just to be more relatable. Magenta Dragon enables you to bring forward your soul. Bro, I don't need to read the card. I don't need to read the card. Bro, tell me that what I just said is not the same as this. Enables you to bring forward your soul wisdom. I just said that, in other words, right? Also, awaken your soul memories and higher spiritual understanding. Prepare for accelerated ascension. Bro, I just said this. I don't need to read the card. Just by spiritually deciphering colors and symbols, I already got the meaning of that card. Real shit. Right? Let's go. Oh. So, real quick, let's do the astral reading of today. Real quick, we're gonna do numerology, gematria reading, and then the moon reading of today. So, numerology reading, let's go. Sun in Gemini, 8 degrees, that means we are going deep or spending more time thinking, expressing, or acting, or seeing about more immutable, adaptable, logical, and cold ways of thinking, communicating, and analyzing. Moon in 1 degree Libra, reacting and responding to new ideas, new thoughts, new feelings, and emotions that deal with your values and relationships. Mercury in Taurus, 13 degrees, that's a number 4 energy. We want to be more clear, more straight, and more masculine, more expressive in a logical, understandable way about our fixed and practical thoughts, ideas, and ways of analyzing and making sense out of stuff. Venus, 23 degrees Cancer, aka cardinal water, we are being more connected, more sensitive, and more feminine to new feelings, new emotions, and new spiritual purposes behind our relationships, values, pleasure, and commitment. Mars, 5 degrees Leo, it's also number 5 energy as Venus. We are getting more connected, feeling more deeply, getting more attached and more feminine about our fixed passions, motivations, anger, frustrations, and desires that deal with entertainment, attention, action, expression, having fun, or being really serious about your visions, feelings, and spirituality. Jupiter, 2 degrees Taurus, we are relating or wanting or needing to relate our practical, realistic, fixed experiences, expansions, or ways to obtain wisdom and knowledge. Saturn, 6 degrees Pisces. We are bringing more power, more control, and more authority and attention to our stability, structure, networking, and association that deals with spirituality, beliefs, imaginations, dreams, and illusions. Neptune, 27 degrees Pisces. We are getting wiser and a wider awareness about our deep, grand illusions, dreams, and imaginations, and as well about our generational curses and things that we bring from our past lives as spiritual membranes that then can manifest physically through our subconscious awareness. Uranus, 20 degrees Taurus. That means we want to relate more or into a bigger environment, our fixed, practical, but also unique ways of having security and stability in our life. And lastly, but not least, Pluto, 0 degrees Aquarius retrograde. So we are experiencing past ways when Pluto was in Capricorn, where our life transformed because we were forced to create new ways to have stability and security in our life. And now we are seeing how to place that in transforming ourselves and the world around us in a fixed, logical, and unique way of thinking, communicating, and analyzing. Alright? Then let's go to the moon reading. Moon is in Libra right now and it's trining the sun in Gemini, a gift to feel new but comfortable and relatable ways about yours and others' actions, expressions, visions, and information in general, what they be talking about and what they think about. Moon in Libra, misunderstanding Mercury in Taurus, misunderstanding new feelings and new connections that deal with your fixed way of thinking and analyzing about the world and practicality. Moon in Libra, also squaring Venus in Cancer, learning how to feel more light and learning how to relate and share your feelings in a more logical and creative manners into or about new feelings and emotions behind your relationships and commitment. Moon in Libra, sextiling Mars in Leo, an opportunity to create new intellectual, new relatable, and new ways to feel and process your feelings and emotions in a logical way, and an opportunity to create new ways to logically process your passions or the motivations and aggressions that are directly connected to your image, your entertainment, your attention, or your fixed visions and spiritual belief systems, or just a gift to feel more relatable about those things in a more general, simple ways and terms. Then Moon in Libra, misunderstanding Jupiter in Taurus, misunderstanding new feelings and emotions about your fixed and practical expansions or ways to obtain wisdom and knowledge. Also Moon in Libra, misunderstanding Saturn, misunderstanding the feelings and the connections that are in the world, networking and association around you and that you are in. Moon in Libra, misunderstanding Uranus in Taurus, misunderstanding new feelings and new logical ways to go about your feelings and relationships that deal with unique, fixed and practical ways of having stability and security. Moon in Libra, misunderstanding Neptune in Pisces, misunderstanding new feelings and new ways to logically process your feelings, emotions and connections, misunderstanding that and or with the big grand dreams and illusions that come from your past lives, for an example. Lastly but not least, Moon in Libra trining Pluto in Aquarius, a gift to heal or feel new ways about transformation that forces you to have a very fixed, unique and strong mentality and way to express, communicate, think and analyze. Also, there is a grand air trine in the sky right now between the Sun, the Moon and Pluto, the gift between our actions and expressions, our feelings and emotions, and our power to transform. So we have a great gift to transform our actions and our emotions. How? By being unique and individual in your own way to think, communicate, and transform the world. Alright? And now we are ready to move on to the houses. Let's go. Wait, where is it? I don't have here the first house. Okay, I'll write it real quick. Alright, first house. So this is if you have Leo in the first house, that means that Mars is now going through your first house, okay? So that means that you're going to be very passionate, motivated, frustrated, or angry with your personal interests, personal insecurities, and personality in general, or people that are in the same spaces where those things are in your life, alright? Now you're going to move to the second house. Let me just organize this here in the orderly fashion. And let me add in the second house. So if you have Mars in Leo in the second house, that means that right now you're going to be very passionate, motivated, angry, and frustrated about the expressions, the lights, the attention, and validation around your values, around what you value, and about how you think others value you and themselves. And let me organize this here as well. Alright. Next, third house. Wait, where is it? Oh. Oh. It's flunking out. What? Oh, OBS doing some weird stuff. Hold on. There we go. What the hell? Third house. But it's obvious. Sometimes weird things happen. Alright, so if you have Mars in Leo in the third house, that means you're going to be very passionate, motivated, angry, or frustrated about the light, the attention, and the validation that is being applied or not in a fixed and consistent way about your surroundings, familiar places, familiar relationships, and familiar ideas or visions. Let's go into the fourth house. Here we go. So if you have Mars in Leo in the fourth house, you're gonna be very passionate, frustrated, angry, or motivated about the light, attention, and validation that is being applied or not. You might be mad about the lack of somebody paying attention to your privacy, spiritual purposes, and places of comfort, security, and emotional internal stability. Alright? But most likely you're gonna be mad because somebody's trying to pay too much attention to what makes you feel privately motivated. For an example, fifth house. So if you have Mars in Leo in the 5th house, is a more natural energy to you because you have Leo in the quote-unquote right house. So this means you're going to be very passionate, motivated, angry, or frustrated about your own image, about the things that you pay attention to, about the validation that you give, and about the things that you entertain, all right? Or because you might be mad in like type of opposition Aquarius type thing, where you are paying attention to something in a fixed and consistent way, but the world is not paying attention to it. You might be mad about it, or you might be motivated because it means that you have space to grow that thing yourself and be a part of your image. Okay? 6th house. Let's go, let's go. So if you have Mars in Leo in your 5th house, you're going to be very passionate, motivated, angry, or frustrated about the likes, attention, validation, or just consistency shown by others in your routine, patterns, organization, work, health, and being responsible and organized, but like with your time and where you at and the purpose and the profit of those things. Okay, so you might be passionate or mad because somebody that you work with is not paying enough attention to something that you are building together and you're spending a lot of time with and try to organize and try to make that looking like a product that works and it's profitable. You know what I'm saying? Let's move to the 7th house. Here we go. So if you have Mars in Leo in the 7th house, that means you're going to be very passionate, motivated, angry, or frustrated about the attention, validation, or just likes or dislikes when it comes to your relationships in all levels and your own way of creating new, innovative ways to think, communicate, and analyze about validation, what's cool, what's hot, what is spirituality, and the consistent way to show that and be an example. Okay, you might be very passionate about creating new ways to think about your fixed spiritual belief systems. For an example, let's go into the 8th house. Or with Mars and you in the 7th house, your relationships might be very passionate about their fixed visions and you have to deal with that as well. Because 7th house is always you and others. Not just others, not just you and others. Relationships in general. Let's go 8th house. If you have Mars in Leo in the 8th house, that means you're going to be very passionate, motivated, angry, and frustrated about expressing or not expressing certain lights, certain likes, certain pleasures, certain weird actions and expressions, or just some weird pleasures and ways to achieve validation that it might be very important to you, but you don't want others to know about it, or you want that specific person, or you want that specific group of people that you want to already have a deep connection with to know about. All right. Also, you, because it's just Leo in the 8th house, there might be some things that are expressed or seen by others and you can do nothing about it. And it might not be that important, but because Mars is in there, you're gonna be feeling very passionate or frustrated about others seeing certain things and not seeing other things, because they're gonna be focused. You and them are gonna be fixed in certain areas of that area of your life that they can see now, and all the other thing they might be able to see it as well, but they want to come back here. They want to focus in this specific area of that area of your life. Let's go into the 9th house. So if you have Mars in Leo in the 9th house, that means that you're going to be very passionate, motivated, angry, or frustrated about having more fixed and consistent ways to share and be your spiritual belief systems and your morality systems as well. Mars in Leo in the 10th house means that you're going to be very passionate, motivated, angry, or frustrated about the light, the validation, and the attention that your status is receiving or creating, or the lack of it. But you're going to be reacting and responding a lot as well, because Mars is exalted in the 10th house. So that's why I said that, because exalted Mars play a lot like exalted Moon. You react and respond a lot. You take a lot things personally that are not even meant to you, but because you see yourself in a certain, let's say somebody's criticizing that guy over there, but you see yourself in similar ways as you see that other guy. So if I criticize that other guy, right now you're gonna be feeling very passionate about what I said about that guy, because you think you have a similar status to that guy. So now you feel passionate because I said something about that guy, but I might not even think the same way about that guy that I think about you, but because you created that status about that guy and you think you similar, by me thinking something about that guy, you're gonna think that I think the same about you because you think in that guy in similar ways about you. You know what I'm saying? Don't complicate it that much, okay? Be passionate, be motivated about your spiritual business, something to create a new solid foundation out of entertainment, validation, being liked or being seen in a cool way or in a bad way, but you are still an example, alright? Let's go to the 11th house. If you have Mars in Leo in the 11th house, that's my case, you're going to be very passionate, motivated, angry, or frustrated about something that you are doing, expressing, or seeing in your associations, big groups of people, big groups of discussion, or big groups where everybody like comes together, like video games, science, festivals, things online when people talk about that specific thing, and then you go to that other website and there is this huge group of people talking about something else. Okay, that's the 11th house. And if you have Mars and Leo in here, you're going to be very passionate, motivated, angry, and frustrated about doing Leo type stuff, being consistent or stubborn in your visions, feelings, imaginations, actions, and expressions. So for example, me, outside of astrology and spirituality, I'm a streamer and a gaming content creator. Not only, I also do paintings right here in the back, I also work in the land outside, but I participate a lot in the 11th house. So right now I might be very passionate or very aggressive in that area of my life, or in the games that I participate, or about the people that play the same games or the same type of games, or that they pay attention to the similar type of games. I might be very passionate or might be very aggressive in that area of my life, towards the video games or towards the community or towards the one specific game that made me feel very passionate, and then I got fixed because Leo. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And now, lastly but not least, Pisces and Aquariuses, cleaning the throat chakra, alright, cleaning that expression, cleaning that communication. Aquarius is getting a bit more spiritual with this alignment. If you have Mars in Leo in the 12th house, you and others will be very passionate, because the 12th house is the most absorbing, attractive house. Venus is exalted in there, right? So if you have Mars in Leo in the 12th house, you and others gonna be very passionate, very motivated, very angry, and very frustrated about yours and theirs fixed and consistent visions, actions, and expression that deals with spirituality, dreams, illusions, imaginations, and deep and wide, mutable and adaptable feelings, emotions, and connections. Alright? So, let's say you have Leo in the 12th house. You and others by default pay a lot of attention or like to see your dreams, your illusions, your spirituality as an example. They might not like it. You might be a bad example. Let's say you're spiritual and your family is not, and you have Leo in the 12th house. You are instead of them talking about somebody they saw online, they're gonna talk about you, or they're gonna talk about something that you did, or somebody else remember them of you, right? And now with Mars in there, they might be extra passionate, extra motivated, or it might change something in them where they see you like they still don't get what you do, but they see the purpose, they see the uniqueness, they see the individuality, and at least you being different. Because real people out in the world, because 99% of people work in jobs and whatever, they be like, hold on, I work a job, I ain't rich. My neighbor works a job, they ain't rich. That guy works a job, they ain't rich. My mama work a job for 4 years, she ain't rich. So hold on, why am I criticizing somebody that is trying to do something different than me? Because if they do the same that I do, they ain't gonna be rich. So at least let them do something different. I don't get it, but they are trying to do something that will lead them to not the same place where I am. And that might be from a feeling, they might not even be thinking in this way, they might just be relating a little bit more with you. They might be getting a bit more excited about your individuality and morality system in general. Okay, guys? So this is going to be the end of the live stream. Thank you very much for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions, and a whole bunch of individuality, creativity, and responsibility as well.